Today we're gonna talk about simple storage network, and also I'm gonna add at the end the part where I'm gonna do an advanced way of using it, where I link this mod with other mods, so I can make the best network system I can use with this mod with link with other mods, and it's just my personal way of using this mod. So that's it. Let's go ahead. First thing we're gonna talk about is how to build a simple storage system. And to build that simple storage system, you'll need some items. So the first thing is a storage cable. To make that cable, you'll need 3 stone slabs at the top, 3 storage slabs at the bottom, and 2 iron ingots. Next thing, you'll need a storage network master. And to make the master, you will need 4 cables, 1 diamond in the center, and 4 blocks of coal all around. Next thing you will need is a storage inventory. And to make that inventory, you will need 4 cables, 1 dropper, and an iron ingot all around. Last thing you will need is a storage request table, and to make the table you will need 4 gold, 4 cables, and a crafting table in the center. Last thing you will need is a cable that can be linked to storage or things from outside the mod, which is a simple cable. To make that you will need 5 storage cables, and you get 3. So in here you get 3, and for the storage cable you get 8. Okay, now let's get ahead and build it. So all you'll need to do is just build it. Put your master and link the master with the storage inventory and the request table. Now then all you need to do is just take a link from the storage network master and simply link it at the end with a chest. So simply, if you try to link it with a storage cable, the chest can't read it, but it will read a storage cable. So that's it, all you have to do. And now you can make it as big as you want. So you can take it link, put a chest here, so put items in it, no problem. And the way to use those items, by right clicking the storage inventory, you will find all of your items. You can take it outside, you can put it back, or you can go to the crafting table and craft item. So if I put something like wood, for example, here I put wood, I go to the crafting table, I can just take that wood, craft with it, and just simply go back to my inventory. I can put it back if I want, up to me. And that's how you build the simplest way for the storage system. Simple storage network adds more features, and to access those features you will need to make new cable. And to make this new cable, the first cable we have is a storage link cable, and to make that you will need 4 storage cable and a chest in the middle. That will make you 4 storage link cable. Next cable will be the storage export cable, and to make that you will need 4 cables and a piston in the middle. And the third cable you can make is a storage import cable, and to use that cable you will need 1 hopper and 4 storage cables. Last thing is the processing cable, and to make that you will need 4 gold, an observer, and 4 storage cables, and that will make your processing cable. Using that processing cable, the only way that you can use that cable is that you will need a controller with it. So, and that processing cable is all about automating things. Okay, so let's go ahead and use it. So the first cable we're gonna talk about is the storage link cable. And the way that the storage link cable, it can link to any storage normally, and the way it works, what it does, so it makes, either you can make it into an ignore list or a white list, and that can link to multiple things. So by linking it to this chest or this place you want, you're gonna be able to specify what items goes in and what item goes out. So let's say this chest, you're gonna link it to something after that which you don't want sand in it, so you can just go here and allow items or allow. So I don't want iron ore to go, I'll just make it into an ignore list, so now it will ignore it. So if I go here and go to my master and put some iron, it will ignore this place and it will go here. I could do the opposite, which I'm gonna allow this and ignore there, for example, and the same thing will happen. So it's basically the way that you wanna move items, but you wanna specifically stop it from going somewhere, or allow it to go somewhere only. Yeah, and that doesn't have to be only linked here. I could just link it, put one link in here, and simply go more and more and more and more and more, and then link. By get a chest, for example, and get a storage link, and link here a chest. So this part is responsible of everything goes in front of it, so it will work for everything. So you can just link, so you can make like multiple of layers of it, and you can specify one layer to only have your diamonds, for example. Another layer can only have your emeralds only. It's up to you. Okay. Now next thing we're gonna talk about is the storage export cable. So it's from the names of these cables you can kind of guess what it does. So let's just put a cable here and what it is. And what it does, it just, you can simply put items that you want to export. So from here, so if I want to put iron here, yeah, take one iron and go here and tell it iron. What it will do, it will keep taking iron from every place around the chest around and insert it here. So if I take that iron, all of that, and put it here again, it will start taking everything and export it in that place. So it will take everything and put it here where I put that thing. So it's really good because you can use that to export items into your system, which we're gonna talk about later, or you can export items into a specific chest where you can use it to autocraft or do a lot of things. So that's the export. Now let's talk about the import. Is basically the opposite. So you can just put an import. Now you go it. Now import could work. So when you export something or take something, you can only make it into a whitelist. But now when you import items, you can just make it here into a whitelist or like. So if I make an allow list, now that means I'm gonna allow items that I put. That will take everything. Or I can change it into a blacklist and it will just simply take everything. And then I can just put this. Now it's a blacklist, it would go. But if I take it back, it will go. So it's just simple, you know. You have an import and export cable. You can make a blacklist and whitelist in one, another one only whitelist, and it just works like that. It's so lovely to use. Now last thing we're gonna talk about is the processing cable. But for that processing cable to work, you will need your network system to have a link with a controller. So that controller is the source or the part which is control of all of your processing. Okay, so now if I go here and just put a processing cable, and processing cables will understand something, so you can understand machining. So if I put a furnace next to it, oh my bad, so if I put a furnace here, now it understood that there's a furnace. So let me put here an iron coal, and now what I want to do is it will take iron ingots and turn it into iron. So I want iron. Okay, take that iron and just go here, put that iron here. Now it's understand that's now it's a fair trade. Something is going out and something out. So it's gonna keep constantly doing that. Let me take care of that weather. Okay, so it's gonna constantly do that. It understands that I told it. Now if I want to control that, I can go to the controller and right click. So now I have options. Either I can let it on always active, or I can just give it an order for a specific amount. So I can give it, like, let's say I want 15 only, so it will keep doing only until it reaches 15. So that's really cool for automating something or auto crafting things, and especially you can control for how long you want it to go and when you want it to stop. So that's really important. And now just gonna keep going and going unless I go to that and make it, let's say, 0. Now it will just finish the last piece it has, and it will go ahead and be done with the whole part. And it's letting everything here, so it can take from any place and put it back any place. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Now next thing we're going to talk about is how to turn your storage network into a wireless storage network. And to make that, you will need someone. So if you will make remote. So the remotes are levels. So the first level we have the storage remote. That's the lowest level, and to make that you will need 4 gold, 1 storage cable, and 2 export and 2 import at the top and the bottom. That's level 1. Level 2, you will need a storage network master, 1 glowstone, some slime, and 2 gold. That will make your simple storage remote. Okay, after that you can make it into an upgraded storage remote, and to make that you will need a storage network master, a glowstone, a mega block, 2 gold, and 4 ender pearl. Last one is the advanced, and the advanced, to make that you will need the nether star. So that's a little bit hard to make, but it's really rewarding. And you will also need a purple block, so that you will have to go to the end. and you will need 4 ender, 1 magma, and a blaze rod. Now let's see the difference between all of them. So by going to the network and right clicking with the remote, you can access it. Every remote has its own limit, so this remote will have a limit of range. So the first one you can use is the remote one. You can access for 64 blocks, and that's how I moved far so I can't access it. Now you can go up so that you can upgrade it more for the simple one. So let me change. So basically, if you want to change, you go right click again with the new one, and it will access that. It will just use that one. Okay, so the new one that will be accessed from an unlimited distance. That can access from an unlimited distance, but it wouldn't work from dimensions. Now let's go for the upgraded one. The upgraded one can access the network from unlimited distance too, and it's faster than the first one. The last one is the advanced, and that's the one that you always have to go for. The advanced one can access for unlimited distance across dimensions. That's the important one. You can use this in any dimension. That's very important, and the hardest thing is to access your storage network from different dimensions in other mods. So this is just very easy, and it's so good. So now we're gonna talk about 2 items that can make your life a lot easier in the mod. So we have the network picker and the network collector. To make that, you will need 1 storage remote and 4 cables. The other one you will need 4 cables, but it's import cable, and 1 storage remote. The way that they work is that you have to link them to your storage. By simply right clicking your storage with each one, it will be linked. Now the first one, what it does, if you look at the block or anything and you right click that block, if you have from that item in your inventory, it will basically summon a stack of that to you. Okay, so if I keep doing that, it will keep summoning. Now if I don't have, it will just tell me not found in the network. Second one, when you have this one activated, it will take all the items that you collect and simply put them back to your storage instantly. So and look, so if I take them, it's just instantly there. It's so easy and it's so smooth, and it's very important. So if you're going in a big mining or something, and you want to mine fast or something, and you don't want to care about moving items, that's the best way to do that. Okay, so now let's talk about the upgrades that are added. So there's 4 upgrades in the mod, and each one does something different, and they're all very useful. So let's talk about the first upgrade is the speed upgrade. To make the speed upgrade, you're gonna need 2 gold and 1 block redstone, 2 block redstone and 1 cable. Now I'm gonna move ahead and talk about the stack upgrade. And the way that stack upgrade, you make it by 2 blocks of redstone and 2 blaze powders and 1 cable in the middle. Now we have the operation upgrade. To make that, you will need 2 redstone, 1 cable in the middle, and you will need 2 compressors at the top and bottom. Last thing is the stock upgrade, and to make that, you will need 1 cable in the middle and 2 redstone compressor top and the bottom. Now let's talk about how they work. So you can guess how these 2 upgrades work. So the speed upgrade, all it does, if you go for an import and export cable, it increases the speed of that. So if I go here and put some speed upgrade, and let's say I want to take any items, it is stone here, and just take this, add some stone here. Okay, now we have, it's gonna start doing that. So start to take things. So it takes 4 blocks. If I put speed upgrade here, now it's working faster and faster, right? So it's really good to increase speed. Now the other one is the stack upgrade. What it does, it increases the amount of the stack upgrade. What it does, increases the amount of stacks you can move. So it's very good to use it to move things. You're moving stacks at one time or something. So if I would recommend something, a stack upgrade is a lot better than a speed upgrade for this, since you're only moving items. But if you don't want to move stacks, you want to move something one by one, so then you're gonna need the speed. So let's say if you're gonna move items to an auto crafter or something like that, you will need speed, not stacks. But stacks is really good. So you could just put 3 stacks and 1 speed just to increase the speed a little bit, but yeah, get the idea. So this is the 2. This 2 is all about moving things fast. So the next upgrade we're going to talk about is the operation upgrade. And the way that upgrade works, it makes your system active or not active when you set up something. So I can set up that this operation will be active only if there is less or more. So I'm saying here it would be active if there is less than 10 iron ingots in the thing. So this operation is important, right? So if there is less than, it will be active. But if I keep doing that until it takes more than 10, it will stop. So it just will only take the 10 and then will stop. This so this now and it stopped because it took the 10 and now it's in the system. So the network system is the rest of this plate. So this is good when you wanna specifically add more to your network. So let's say you don't want to, you have a cobblestone generator and you don't want a lot of cobblestone, so you will only make it active to increase the amount of cobblestone unless you reach like a specific number. And the limit here we have is 999. So it's basically 1,000. That's your limit. Okay, so let's take that. Now the last thing is the stock upgrade, and the way it only works on expert cable. So if basically what it does, if I want to increase change the amount of something, a specific amount of items to go inside. So let's just put a lot. So we have a lot of chests in this here. I put the stock one, and I want only one chest to be moved. So it only will move one. If I remove this one and just refresh, now it's gonna start moving. Now I'll take that back, I'll put the same upgrade, and I say move here, let's say move 64, so it will only move until it reaches 64. So that this upgrade and the other upgrades is all about like limiting the amount of things that you want to go to this specific chest, or basically generally to your whole network. So you're just trying to change the amount of things or in, and knowing always how much you have from everything. So for reaching this point, you can know everything to do about the mod. So I'm gonna do another part which I'm gonna do advanced things, and this is gonna be advanced, linking this by other mods to reach something very unique. Now let's talk about advanced things to do. So the first thing I want to talk about is the ender chest, but this is not a normal ender chest. So this is the color ender chest. So you can color code it to be a different chest, and this is from the ender storage. Okay, so the way that this ender chest is so good with this mod or any other mod that has network system is that you can, first thing, you can color code it, right? So, and the best part about this one is that you can actually link it to your storage system. So if I link this to the storage system and make it an export one, make it an import one, and make it an allow list, and make it said an ignore list. So everything that I'm gonna put here, so let me just get anything like wood, for example. So let's take some wood, go to that box, and it will automatically take that, and it's now inserting it inside the storage system. So now I have this. So by using this idea and removing and giving this more speed by the upgrades that we made from before. So let's go for the upgrades and now get some stack and speed. So now if I give it stack and speed, now I can have an ender chest that will always give. So if I take that ender chest and go anywhere else and put it, for example, here, and just give it the same color code. So I have, I sneak, right click here. Okay, so now this ender chest from anywhere will be linked to my system, right? So if I go here and put like the stacks here, for example, it will just automatically go. So this idea, by using this idea, it helps you a lot. So you have a mod farm anywhere, you have a lot of chests there. You don't have to actually go and do the effort of coming next to your network system or anything. You just need an ender chest with the color code and basically move it there, or any wireless transformation, transformation of the items you can do. So same thing. So that's one thing. Let's talk about another thing. So there's the auto crafter from Cycle. You can also use this. So the way I'm gonna use this is a little bit. So I'm gonna do a link here and take that link and put it here. So now I'm gonna take that same idea. So I'm gonna take, instead of like an import cable, I'm gonna take an export cable. So this is just, I hooked up, so this needs energy, so I hooked some energy from a different mod. That's not important. And now I'm gonna put the export cable. So I want it, the best thing about the auto crafter, for example, is that the way it works, it takes all the items and put it here on the sides, and it takes that and remembers one craft, and it will give me the result. So let's just do something simple. Okay, so I'm gonna take something from here that's simple. So let's say I want to take all the wood inside here, take that wood and place it inside. So I'm gonna be like just wood. So now it's gonna start and I'm gonna tell it to do one thing. So by putting a craft or something, it will automatically understand. So if you don't want it to, you can just make it with a redstone or something, and then change the recipe and they put it now. So it's gonna keep doing that, right? So it's gonna keep doing all the wood and doing that. Now I wanna put it back. You can just simply hop it back to that storage system, or you can link it to an ender chest. So you can put an ender chest, color code it, color code it again now, and link them together. So I'm gonna put a cable between both of them. So let's say I want to take items out from here and insert it here. So I'm gonna take items, so that will mean I want a red one. So that I'm gonna take items from here and place it here. So let's just see. I want to take this item. This is the item that I'm gonna do. Actually, I don't specifically need to do something, so I'm gonna make it a white list and make white, and make this to be, so this is gonna be the things that I'm gonna insert, and which is gonna be the same thing. Now items will be start taking from here and getting put to the chest, and then going in the same rotation, so the same cycle. So this item will be taken inside here, going there, and the same cycle going over and over again. So let me just speed up the process. So if I do speed and some stacks, now it's gonna take a lot faster, and then speed and some, actually no, I need stacks here. Okay, now it's gonna do the same process. It's gonna keep doing that. So it's gonna take items from here, put it in the chest, and then go do the same cycle again. And that's the idea. So the idea here is just like, by having this in the chest, I can basically link anything to it. So I can basically link anything to that chest by putting items here or something. I can also use it from a different mod, from like something like Ender.io. So like I just want an item conduit from Ender.io. So it's the same idea, but I'm gonna link it with a different. So the same idea works from different mods. So like if I put an item conduit and say that it will take items from here, always active. So I'm extracting items from here and insert it here. So the same idea, but different technique. So the idea here is that by having this in the chest and color coding it, you can just work with it for every mod, and now you can take items and never have a problem with it. So a simple storage system like this could lead to a lot of potential, because you can always increase the space, you can always take all the items, you can open it from any dimension as much as you want, because it doesn't have a limit for dimension, it doesn't need energy, so it doesn't break. You can always use it, and you can use it like this. So you can turn it into auto crafting. And by the way, you can use that auto crafting to increase the space of decrease the space of things. So like you have you can add a mod or something to condense items together. So you can take one cobblestone and make it into a bigger thing or something. You can also use it to work with other things. So let's say you have a cobblestone generator or something from any mod, or you have a smelter or something like that. So you can just hook up the smelter any place you want, and then feed it back to the chest, and then you have the same idea. And the same, that chest is so cool, you know, like if I open it, it opens in every place, and it works the same idea. You can do the same exact thing for another chest. So you can basically, let's say you want to take something from that system. So let's say we have a lot of wood and I want to take it out. So I want to take something. So we put an export cable, and then we'll put a black here, another one, and just let's color code it with something different. So, and let's get like red, for example. Okay, now I have a different idea here, whereas I'm gonna have this one, but I can use a different filter. So I can use a filter for how much I want to be here. That's where filters also come in handy. So let's say I want I want this chest to be filled with this. Now I could use that idea to hook this one again into and different things. So I can put an item 1, then hook it up with another crafting table, and then hook that crafting table with some energy if I want. So let's just get some energy and a bank. So I get an energy and a bank, and that same idea. So I did the same idea. So here an energy and a bank. Now I could just do a different thing now. So let's just close that down and take from here one of this wood, and let's say what I want to make. I want to make a lot of doors, for example, or like what do I want to make? Let's say I want to make a lot of crafting table for a reason or another, and now I'll just do extract from here, insert here, and now it's gonna keep doing that, and just start gonna make that. What does what do I want to make? Let's say I want to make anything from wood. Let's see, I could just, what can I use this to make something, like for example, okay, pressure plates. I can use make some pressure plate, or I can make it use like crafting tables, what doesn't matter. So now I'm doing it, I'm making it take all of that wood that I was creating here, and then just place it here again. So that's the idea, and it's gonna be, and then I can take it back to the same idea, since I already have I established an ender chest that can always work with me. So like, let's get black dye. So here now, since I color coded this one to always go back with, and always think about the speed. So you want this one to have the highest speed, so this one I have it with the highest speed possible, and then let the others have a lower speed, so you don't just, you know, kill your things, but you have the same idea. Then insert here, and I would always say that Ender AO is the best for energy and the best for conduit, so it will always help yourself. So if you have a big mod and you want to add these mods will work together, or if you have this cooperation of mods, you have like Cycle, Ender AO, and storage one. The storage one is the best and the easiest way to have a storage system, because other storage systems are a lot more complicated and they need a lot of more energy and time to make things work. And now I have the same cycle again. So from like from the auto crafter, it's going back, and that's the same way. So like, potentially this is limitless. You can do whatever you want. You can use the same idea for anything. Like, let's say you wanna get a cobblestone generator, or like let's say a vacuum. I want a vacuum from here, a vacuum chest. Yeah, a vacuum chest here. So that's a vacuum chest is like from Ender IO. What it does, it has a range. It has a range of things that will do. So I could use this vacuum chest to do something. Like, let's say I get like, I make a farm from a wood farm or something, from by any way. I could do that by a farm or something like that. And this vacuum will take that item, hook up the vacuum back, and then the vacuum will go back to wood. Now the wood will go back to as normal wood, not planks, and then the planks will transfer from here to there, and then I'll take that planks back here and turn it into the thing that I want to use. So it's just limitless. It's so fun, it's so cool, and I think that's it. Now you have the basic idea of like, you have the basic idea of how to turn this into a large scale. You can just use the same idea. So all you need, so I'm gonna put a link for all the mods I'm gonna use that I use. The one for the ender chest, one for the auto crafting, and one for Ender IO. And these three, with the cooperation of the storage system, you're gonna have the best network of like things, the easiest way, and you're gonna have a way for auto crafting, auto farming, and never have a problem with the items or anything. So that's about it for the advanced way of using it. Well, that's an advanced way of me using this. So it's not really everyone has their different ways. So let me know if you have a different way of using it. And that's it. That's it for Simple Storage Network. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for all the mod used. Also, I'm gonna leave a link for my Discord. If you wanna reach me, you can reach me there, and you can recommend mods for me in the comments of this video or in the Discord. I'm gonna also try to use Discord more often and post things there, and also leave there like ways of us to like try new mods, and you guys can vote on what mods I'm gonna try in the future, and just have a place where we can all talk about Minecraft. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.